Seong Ji-hun leaves the Terminal A determined to confront the front man behind the games. Realizing he is being monitored, he removes a tracking device implanted behind his ear. Hwang Jun-ho survives his fall from the cliff. 2 years later, Ji-hun now lives frugally in a fortified hotel building and has employed Kim, his former loan shark, and his lackeys to track down the game's recruiter in Seoul. Kim and his associate, Choi Woo-seok, eventually locate the recruiter and watch him offer vagrants bread for a lottery ticket. Most choose the ticket, and the recruiter destroys the rejected bread in front of them. The recruiter abducts Kim and Woo-seok and forces them to play the deadly game of rock-paper-scissors-1 combined with Russian roulette, resulting in Kim's death. Jun-ho investigates Ji-hun and locates his operational base. The recruiter confronts Ji-hun there, revealing he was once a soldier in the games who killed his own father, the player, and justifies the game's cruelty by vilifying the participants as scum. He challenges Ji-hun into a round of Russian roulette, resulting in his own death. Ji-hun, Jun-ho, and Woo-seok discover a lead from the recruiter's jacket pointing to a Halloween party. Woo-seok recruits a team of mercenaries. Ji-hun implants a tracker in himself, and the three devise a plan to locate the front man. Meanwhile, Ji-hun continues to look after Sang-woo's mother and Kyeolji. He works with a broker to reunite Kyeolji with his mother from the north, and places the silent call to his estranged daughter. The team infiltrates the Halloween party, where Ji-hun is escorted by one of the game's pink-clad soldiers into a limousine, with his team in pursuit. He confronts the front man via speaker, demanding an end to the games. When the vehicles following him are shot down, Ji-hun requests to be returned to the games as a player. Kang No-yeol, the North Korean defector who seeks to extract her daughter from the north, enters the game as a soldie. Ji-hun wakes in the game's dormitory with 455 other players. The manager announces a new clause. After each game, the players will vote, and if the majority agrees to leave the games, the accumulated prize money will be divided among them. Jun-ho and his team lose track of the island as Ji-hun's tracker has been removed. Ji-hun recognizes player 388 as his friend Young-bi and advises him to stay close. The first game is red light, green light. Ji-hun warns the players that elimination will result in death, though many dismiss him. Despite the chaos, Ji-hun's cautions help reduce casualties. Player 230, known as the rapper Thanos, is under the influence of drugs and pushes others to eliminate them. Ji-hun and player 120, named Hyunju, attempt to save an eliminated player who was only non-fatally shot, but No-yeol shoots the player dead. After the game, Ji-hun urges the players to vote the game's end and reveals he is the sole winner of a previous iteration. Players voting to continue are labeled O while those voting to leave are labeled X. The front man, posing as player 001, casts the deciding vote to continue. Player 001 feigns an alliance with Ji-hun and fabricates a story, based in truth, about his reason for joining the game. Player 333, named Myung-ji, is attacked by Thanos and player 124, named Nam-jayu. Player 001 intervenes and stops the altercation easily. Player 222, named Kim Jun-hee and Myung-ji's pregnant ex-girlfriend, reveals herself to him. Meanwhile, a group of soldiers, led by the officer, begin harvesting organs to sell on the black market. The officer orders No-yeol to ignore the activities, but she refuses. Jun-ho attempts to enlist police assistance but is unsuccessful. To G.I. Hunt's surprise, the second game requires players to form teams of 5 for a 6-legged pentathlon consisting of 5 children's games, DDOK-JI, by Ethika's Guide, Gong Gi, Jeji, and Spinning Top, to be completed under a 5-minute time limit. Noel continues her sabotage of the soldiers' organ trade by shooting living eliminated players dead. During Mingle, players struggle to fit their alliances into rooms, causing tension, betrayal, and death of allies. In the final round, Yoonbi witnesses player 001 kill another player to secure the room for themselves. After the game, G.I. Hunt and player 001 argue over whether to persuade other players to vote to end the games, and ultimately decide against it to avoid a physical fight. During the vote, several players, including player 125, who has been subservient to Thanos and Namjayu, changed their votes to X. The deciding vote again falls to player 001, resulting in a tie. The players are given a day before re-voting. In the bathroom, Thanos and Namjayu pressure player 125, named Minimum Suit, into changing his vote to O, but Gi and other players that voted X intervene to defend him. The fight ensues, with Thanos strangling Gi, who then fatally stabs Thanos with a fork. Meanwhile, Junho's team locates a possible entrance on an island, only to discover it is a decoy rigged with explosives, killing one of the mercenaries. Captain Park of Junho's team is revealed to be a double agent, having sabotaged their drone. Following the bathroom brawl, players realize they can kill others to raise the prize pool and weaken the opposing voters. G.I. Hunt predicts there will be an attack that night by players who want to continue the game, but convinces a small group of ex-players to avoid attacking, arguing that the game's creators are the true enemies. During the anticipated massacre, G.I. Hunt's group stays hidden as the rest of the group receives heavy losses, and they emerge only once soldiers arrive. G.I. Hunt's group baits the soldiers, killing all but one and taking their firearms. They start the rebellion and force the surviving soldier to lead them to the control room. However, more soldiers open fire en route, and the rebellion starts to falter when the group runs out of ammunition. D-Ho, tasked with retrieving more ammo, suffers a combat stress reaction and is unable to return. Player 001 betrays the group by killing 2 players and faking his death, while other surrendering players are executed. G.I. Hunt and Yoonbi are captured. In Home, now masked as the front man, executes Yoonbi in front of a horrified G.I. Hunt. You still don't see, do you? The game will not end unless the world changes. Seong G.I. Hunt leaves the Terminal A determined to confront the front man behind the games. Realizing he is being monitored, all of you in this room are living on the edge with debts you just can't pay off. Hwang Jun-ho survives his fall from the cliff. 2 years later, G.I. Hunt now lives frugally in a fortified hotel building and has employed Kim, his former loan shark, and his lackeys to track down the game's recruiter in Seoul. Kim and his associate, Choi Woo-seok, eventually locate the recruiter and watch him offer vagrants bread for a lottery ticket. Most choose the ticket in order to play fair. We can't disclose any information on the games beforehand. If you do not wish to participate, please let us know. To play the deadly game of rock paper scissors -1 combined with Russian roulette, resulting in Kim's death. Junho investigates G.I. Hunt and locates his operational base. The recruiter confronts G.I. Hunt there, revealing he was once a soldier in the games who killed his own father, the player, and justifies the game's cruelty by vilifying the participants as scum. He challenges G.I. Hunt into a round of Russian roulette, resulting in his own death. G.I. Hunt, Jun-ho, and Woo Se-ok discovered a lead from the recruiter's jacket pointing to a Halloween party. Woo Se-ok recruits a team of mercenaries. G.I. Hunt implants a tracker in himself, and the three devise a plan to locate the front man. Meanwhile, G.I. Hunt continues to look after Sang-woo's mother and Kyoji. He works with a broker to reunite Kyoji with his mother. This is just a game. If you follow the rules, you can leave this place safely with the prize money. The player is not allowed to stop playing. The player who refuses to play will be eliminated.